Thomas's crazy day. The engines on the island of Sodor always like to be busy. They like to be really useful. And they like to have fun. One morning, Thomas chuffed cheerfully into the steamworks. He had come to see his best friend, Percy. Percy had popped a piston.
Hello, Percy.
Hello, Thomas.
Thomas could see his friend look sad.
Cheer up, Percy. Victor will soon have you fixed.
But I can't be really useful here. And if I'm not really useful, I can't have fun.
Percy, my friend. No more long faces, please. You look like a squeezed lemon on wheels. I will have you fixed by lunchtime.
That made Percy smile.
Don't worry, Percy. I'll puff back for you, and we can play then.
So Thomas clickety-clacked off on the track to see Sir Topham Hatt. Sir Topham Hatt was waiting for Thomas at Knapford Station. So were Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand, the Misty Island engines. Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand giggled and jiggled.
Hello, Thomas.
We're happy to see you.
That's right. And I, Thomas, have a very important job for you.
Thomas puffed with pride.
Yes, sir.
I want you to work with Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand at Brendam Docks. There is important freight to be loaded by the end of the day. You must show them how to be really useful engines.
Of course, sir.
Lead the way! We're right behind you, Thomas.
That's right.
But Thomas's firebox flickered and fizzed.
Oh, my. I told Percy I would play with him, and I don't want to disappoint Percy. But if I play with Percy, Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand will think I'm not a really useful engine.
Then an idea flew into his funnel.
I can play with Percy, and I can show Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand how to be really useful. I'm sure I can do that.
That made Thomas's boiler bubble brightly. Thomas puffed into Brendam Docks. Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand whistled and whooped. They had never seen anything as exciting as this.
There are so many ships, so many tracks.
That's right.
Gee.
This is Cranky.
Cranky creaked crossly.
He's a crane.
That's right.
Then an idea popped into Thomas's pistons.
Cranky, this is Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand from Misty Island. Please tell them about the docks. I have to chuff away. I will be back very soon.
And before Cranky could creak again, Thomas had steamed out of the docks. Percy was waiting for Thomas outside the steamworks.
Hello, Percy. Let's play hide and seek. Your turn to hide.
Percy's firebox fizzed. He liked playing hide and seek with Thomas.
Make sure you find a good hiding place. Don't peep until I find you.
Then Thomas raced away to the docks. Cranky was cranky.
Hello, Thomas. Cranky doesn't want to talk at all.
That's right.
It's not my job to talk to engines.
Now Thomas was cross.
Cranky, you know all about loading freight. Please help Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand. I must do something important. Then I will puff back.
Cranky didn't like being told what to do. He creaked and he cranked. But Thomas had already whooshed away. Thomas whirred and wheeshed.
Must find Percy, must have fun, must load freight till the job's well done.
Thomas was too busy worrying and wishing to see Percy. Percy was hiding. Percy was trying not to peep.
Can't find Percy. Must go back. Must make sure the freight's on track.
So Thomas raced and rattled back to the docks, where Thomas could not believe his eyes. Cranky was lowering Ferdinand onto the deck of a mighty steamship. Ferdinand wasn't happy.
This is not right.
Thomas was upset.
Cranky! What are you doing?
Cranky crackled.
You said help them load freight.
Thomas was horrified.
I didn't mean load engines.
Maybe not. You weren't here to ask.
Thomas felt terrible.
Unload Ferdinand now, please.
Then Thomas felt worse,
Cinders and ashes. Percy won't be having fun at all.
and Thomas wheezed like the wind out of the docks. Thomas clickety-clacked past Percy's track.
Percy! Percy! Where are you?
Percy was sad.
I'm here, Thomas. You didn't try to find me. You didn't play. This is no fun at all.
Now Thomas felt worse than ever. The freight wasn't loaded. Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand would think he wasn't really useful. And worst of all, Thomas had upset his best friend, Percy.
I can't do two things at the same time.
Percy was puzzled.
What do you mean, Thomas?
Thomas thought, and he thought. Then, a much better idea flew into his funnel.
Percy, we're gonna have fun at the same time as being really useful. Follow me.
Thomas and Percy puffed into the docks. Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand were waiting.
We can show you that really useful engines are really fun ones.
Thomas and Percy huffed and puffed.
First you watch, and then you wait. Then you hold your cars so straight. Never hurry. Take your time.
One by one, you'll have a line. Then you know you've done your best. You've passed the really useful test.
We'll try our best. We'll have a bash.
We'll take our time. We'll never dash.
We'll huff and puff with all our might.
Hooray for you! You've done it right!
That was fun, Thomas.
That's right.
Thomas beamed from buffer to buffer.
Being really useful is the most fun of all.
And even Cranky had to agree with that.